Welcome back to the timeline of series. And for this one, we're going over The Return of Cooler, the sequel to Cooler's Revenge. And for this one, we're going to quickly go over to what we decided for Cooler's Revenge. We decided on a series where Goku, as a Super Saiyan, kills Final Form Frieza. Either kills Final Form Frieza quickly. Frieza still manages to throw the ball at the planet, but you know, Goku actually has enough time to escape. So he goes to Yarjat for about 6 months to learn instant transmission because he needed to learn IT for this movie in particular. Then Cooler himself shows up anywhere between the Cooler then shows up around, we'll say, like 6 months to about a year or two after Goku comes home. And because he's not as strong as he is in canon, Goku has a hard time going Super Saiyan. He hasn't easily began to use it. So when he fights Cooler, it triggers his Super Saiyan form. And then obviously he kills Cooler. Now, to go over the things about this movie is, one, Goku and Vegeta both have Super Saiyan. What makes this difficult is that Dende is now the guardian of Earth. So what I suppose is this is a timeline where, because of Cooler, the Z Fighters decide to train harder in case people from Frieza's army show up on Earth. Then Trunks shows up and tells Goku about the androids and such. And with that, obviously, they train hard. Everybody is a lot stronger than they were in canon because of the extra hard training. And the fact that Goku would just be stronger in general because of the Zenkai boost he got when Cooler beat the crap out of him and nearly killed him. In this timeline, Goku does come down with the heart virus. Right around the same time he would have gotten it when fighting Android 19. Dr. Gero and Android 19 are actually defeated. Now, because Goku doesn't actually know that Vegeta has Super Saiyan, if I remember correctly, Vegeta actually doesn't save Goku. It is Piccolo. Piccolo is able to get a surprise shot on Android 19, killing Android 19. Gero does what Gero does in canon, and is able to awaken 17 and 18. Everything happens like it does in canon, but Piccolo is able to fuse with Kami. Now, I'm going to preface this and say that the androids actually came earlier than expected they didn't come May 12th. It's completely different. They come about a week earlier, or about a week earlier. In seeing that they can't beat the androids, and with Goku down, and basically no one else really is powerful enough to beat them, Piccolo fuses with Kami, and to give Goku time to recover, Piccolo manages to kill Android 17 and Android 18. Because this is now Kami fused with Piccolo, which was able to throw down First Form Cell, and First Form Cell is a lot stronger than Android 18 and Android 17. But now they don't have a guardian. After Goku is recovered from the heart virus, Goku uses IT to find new Namek from King Kai's place, like he does in canon. He picks up Dende as the Guardian. Some undisclosed time after that, probably this would take place around the same time, or this would take place probably months after. Well, actually, there's the issue with Cell, so. But my idea is, Cell probably wasn't much of a challenge for the Z Fighters. The combined power of Piccolo and Goku and Gohan is able to finish off first from Cell, so he never reaches perfection in this timeline and is killed. So within maybe a few months after they kill Cell, Dende gets his little distress signal about Namek being taken over by Cooler. Now, because there was no reason for Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, or Trunks to go into the hyperbolic time chamber, Gohan still looks like his kid self, and is a lot weaker than he was in canon. I would still say that Gohan would probably train with Goku, which would still make him stronger. But he is nowhere near the level of his teen self when training in the hyperbolic time chamber. And he hasn't unlocked Super Saiyan yet. But Goku and Vegeta have, but they haven't found a way to break through the barrier of Super Saiyan. Which is why Goku still relies on Kaioken a little bit, because at this point Kaioken is still useful to Goku. Because he doesn't have access to the higher forms. With the being said, everybody, yes, is still a lot weaker at current. You know, they're nowhere near Cybertruck, Cell, or any of their levels, and Metacooler isn't either. Just because Cybertruck Cell's power is just far surpasses the basic Super Saiyan. And unless you had like 20 Super Saiyans coming out Cybertruck Cell, I don't think they would be able to beat him. With that being said, though, obviously, the movie takes place. Everybody comes down to Namek, and for whatever reason, Vegeta probably goes to Namek for the Dragon Balls, or goes to Namek because it's one of the few planets that he knows that he comes across. Maybe he can sense Goku, so he goes down there. And obviously, he's a Super Saiyan, and that's Goku's shocked about him being a Super Saiyan, which is why he doesn't show up to kill 19. Now, everything in canon, or I guess everything canon to the movie, does happen. So, obviously, Goku and Vegeta kill Metacooler with that combined blast, and that kind of ends Cooler's timeline. So this is a timeline where Goku killed Frieza before he reached full power, escaped Namek before it blew up, learned its transmission within 6 months. Then around a year later, Cooler shows up, forces Goku to Super Saiyan again. Then around probably a year afterwards, around a year mark, Trunks shows up, tells Goku about the androids. They train for the androids on top of the training they were doing to stay in shape, just in case any of Cooler or Frieza's men were left and wanted to take vengeance for their fallen emperors. Dr. Gero and Android 19 show up earlier than they did in canon. Goku gets the heart virus around the same time he did when fighting 19. Piccolo was able to kill 19 with a sneak attack shot straight to the head. This being said, Krillin and Tien would also be using solar flares to distract Gero as well. This was a planned attack by Piccolo just to go more in depth. Um, they kill 19. Jerome manages to get away. 17 and 18 are awakened. Trunks shows up. Everybody gets beaten. Piccolo, knowing that there's no one that can currently defeat the androids, goes to Kami's place, fuses with Kami, kills Android 18 and 17. Then when Cell awakens, Gohan, Goku, and Piccolo are more than strong enough to kill first form Cell. Mainly Goku and Piccolo, with Gohan making sure Cell can't escape, in case he does, having a nice onlooker. Even though Gohan would fight a little bit. They are able to kill first form Cell, leaving it so Cell doesn't reach his perfect form. Now that the Dragon Balls are gone, Goku goes to King Kai's, uses IT to find Dende. Dende becomes the new Guardian. Dende becomes new Guardian. After the Dragon Balls are active, he gets a distress call from Namek. They go and take care of Metacooler. Vegeta is brought down to Earth, or is brought to Namek as a Super Saiyan. Goku and Vegeta double team the Metacooler army, eventually reach the Metacooler core and win. Everybody ends up weakened, a lot weaker, or at least weaker than their canon counterparts. And the Buu arc, well, for one, the only issue is no one knows about Super Saiyan 2. Gohan does eventually get Super Saiyan because Goku would push Gohan to keep on training. Goten would have a harder time going Super Saiyan because, again, Goku doesn't have full power Super Saiyan by the time Goten is conceived. If Goten is conceived at all, because Goku and Chi-Chi probably wanted to have one final night of pleasure in case the world ended. So maybe Goten wouldn't exist in this timeline. Goku eventually does learn about full power Super Saiyan via the use of meditation and trying to master/control the Super Saiyan state. He does try this with Gohan, but Gohan doesn't really get the hang of it. What is really important is Capito and Shin don't go to Earth, and also, if I believe correctly, the only reason they went to Earth is because Babidi could also sense the power from SSJ2 Teen Gohan and Super Perfect Cell. Without that power, Babidi doesn't come to Earth. So there is no Buu arc until Beerus awakes. And Goku, once again, I don't really think they now we do see the Vegeta reach Super Saiyan 2 via training. And I would say eventually Goku and Vegeta would reach Super Saiyan 2 and eventually Gohan. But without everything, the series looks a lot different. There is no Super Saiyan 3 or anything, and it would end with Beerus blowing up the planet because they don't have enough people for the Super Saiyan God ritual at all, and there's nothing any of them can do as a Super Saiyan 2, where they would at least maybe be at the start of their Buu arc power. Goku would probably be actually significantly weaker because him gaining SSJ3 would have made him a lot stronger too, and he's not at that. He's not at that level. So there really isn't much that they can do against Beerus, and that's just That's just kind of where the series ends, really. So, yeah, sorry for going a little bit quiet there. I was just trying to say what to, like, really say. Yeah, there's no way they get past Beerus, and there's no way they can reach the level of a Super Saiyan God. One, Vegeta doesn't spend the time he does on Earth, so Vegeta never really changes at all, and definitely isn't pure of heart, and there's only Goku and Gohan, and if you want to say Goten eventually is born, then there's also only Goten and Kid Trunks. You need 6 Saiyans for the ritual. Gohan does eventually meet Videl, but Hercule isn't as big as a star as he is in this timeline. And if we're gonna do that, Pan is in Videl's stomach. Fetus Pan is still around, but obviously that doesn't make 6 Saiyans. That's only Goku, Gohan, Goten, Kid Trunks, and Fetus Pan. There's a missing Vegeta who obviously isn't here, and they don't know about Tarble. Since obviously Vegeta never mentions Tarble, why would they know about Tarble? The only way that I see this really working out is if Trunks somehow learns about Beerus before they do and goes back in time to at least save his timeline. That's if Beerus doesn't kill him, which I find highly doubtful, because Beerus was gonna blow up the planet because they didn't have a Super Saiyan God. And I know what you might say is, well, in like Trunks' timeline, Babidi and Dabura show up, despite the world probably still being in recovery. But I'm gonna say that Babidi doesn't show up. Babidi wouldn't have a reason to show up. And also because Trunks' time travel also messed up stuff for the other timeline, so Babidi might not even show up in the main timeline. The timeline that we're following for Coolier's revenge.